Good evening. We are going to start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Alan Knipe. Then we'll open it up to questions from the media for Coach, as well as Mason Briggs and Spencer Olivier.
Yeah, I thought it was a very the two matches were very much like we envisioned them to be. You know, that Irvine's a really good team with some big arms and a lot of physicality, and so both nights had that physical nature to the match. A lot of big arms behind the end line causing a lot of problems for both teams. I just thought tonight I was incredibly proud of the response from last night in our serve receive. So all the guys who passed for us did a great job tonight. We're locked in, had a great response, which obviously helped us offensively tremendously. And then I thought our blocking was very, very good tonight, which it was pretty good last night as well. But the response was great, and the desire to finish and stay focused and play complete sets. So that was a great response against a really good team.
Questions?
Alan first, then I'd love to hear from Spence and Mason too. It's just a unique thing with the way this Big West schedule is put together going forward that you guys play them last night. And I'm sure everyone after the match is like, I really want to get back out and play these guys again. And you don't have to wait very long, right? How does that kind of change the flow of these series, especially with teams like, you guys in Irvine? There's some history there. Yeah. How much does it change it to have that, 2 matches in 24 hours?
It can be kind of, you can look at it both ways, because if you kind of get the win, you kind of want to be kind of maybe done with it and move on and see them again in a couple of weeks. And if you get the loss, you're itching to get back out there. And when you get the loss and you're itching to get back out there, you're happy that it's a 24-hour turnaround and you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking about it. You can take it out on the court. We always talk about it in our program that, it's 2 halves of a game. The way we look at the Friday, Saturday night, it just happens to be in a different venue, but it's like a continuation, and there's going to be the third and fourth quarter of a basketball game or of a football game. There's always going to be good adjustments that are made, so that the third and fourth quarter is important. So we'd have liked to finish it off last night and be in a situation that we were forcing ourselves to be good again when we come in. But so I think it just depends how you shape it. We are used to it, though, in the sense of, as a program, we know how we have an approach. I'm sure all the teams do, so it's not foreign to us.
This is for both the athletes, but for both Spencer and Mason, coming off some pretty great performances both nights. Mason, error-free serve receive, and Spencer double-digit kills hitting north of 300, but 2 different results. But both you guys have been playing extremely well. What's the key to your guys' success these last 2 nights?
I'll go first. I know like we have been dealing with a lot of their service pressure, and I think Aiden's been doing a great job of dealing with that. Putting the ball where we need it, and I think I give a lot of credit to Aiden, just helping me out. We're making him run around the court everywhere, and he's just able to just stick the ball, and I think I give a lot of credit to our setter there.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Aiden, obviously, and he's given us the ability to be freed up to pull it off the net when we need to. And then also huge credit to Clark, probably the best passing oppo that is playing in the NCAA and that we could ask for. To have him and to be able to step in for us and allow us to make some adjustments when we need to is huge.
Next question for Coach. Last night, Irvine comes out with 12 aces. They only have 1 tonight. Was there a coach chess match going on here, or did you just do you have something to say to your serving core, your receiving core?
Well, we certainly had some things to say, but it wasn't as much just the coaches as these guys are pretty proud and pretty prepped, and they take it serious how they play this game and what they want to do in this game. So I don't think we were going to have to push too hard, but we certainly wanted to talk about tightening things up. And we also wanted to, as Mason mentioned, we wanted to utilize the fact that, Clark is a great opposite, but he's also played a lot on the left. So he can give us the ability to go 4-man or change and go 3-man and pull either Spencer or Alex out if we want to try to get Mason in the middle of the court more, which is always good for us. So I think more than anything, we tightened things up. We had a little bit earlier prep on our passing and a little bit more intent.
Mason, can you just talk about that going from last night to tonight? How, Coach mentioned is you guys aren't looking at film and changing a lot of stuff up, right? I mean, a lot of it is it focus, is it effort? Like, what is it that leads to that big change from last night to tonight?
Yeah, so we always talk about, like Coach said, it's halftime. Whether we win or whether we lose, it's halftime. We get to play them again, and now that we're in conference, we get to play the second half of the same team. So it's kind of just going back, watching some film, marking down where we can get back some points, and then executing and responding right away. And like Coach said, especially if you lose, you're hungry, and that's what we did tonight. Just got back out there and performed.
This one's for Spencer. Change from year to year. I mean, it seems like this season, you're really mixing up your shots, and even out of system, you're able to see the block and get some really good shots on balls that would be non-scoring plays and getting it done. Can you talk about your performance, particularly these two nights, especially when you've been out of system?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like historically I like to just hit the ball a lot, try to go hard and as much as I can, but I feel like expanding that range is really going to help my game out overall for my future, for now. And I feel like applying that is really just I'm trying to like work on things, and it's paying off clearly. So that's why I need to keep working on those things, expanding my range, tipping, cuffing, all those things.
This is for anyone. I'm going to direct it to Al first, but Big West Conference play just started. Each team has a loss except for Santa Barbara, who's now undefeated, beating Northridge tonight. But we talked about it a little last night. What's the competition going to be like here in the Big West?
I would imagine just like it was this weekend. For us, teams have a couple of big sticks. I've seen most of the teams play now on video, and they got some nice pieces, some good arms, and the Big West is loaded. So you just don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but you got to prep emotionally and physically that they're going to be physical matches, and they're going to be slightly different the second night. And there's a lot of times in these back-to-back series, you're going to have to win a lot of times different ways with different parts of your. So tonight, we definitely won the serving and passing battle, which allowed us to win the blocking battle also. And last night, I thought we did a good job blocking, but we didn't win the serving and passing battle. To me, you would like to win all the components all the time, but it's not always going to happen. So you got to be okay to win. You got to be okay to have to win differently from night to night and be prepared for that, because teams are good and they make adjustments.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.